Run, Link, run. Run, Link, run. Let's go. We got some news to talk about. We're going live. Live? My intro isn't turning on.
Oh, we almost have Reggie Fils-Aimé!
Obi-Wan plays.
Yes, right. What's up? All right.
Obi-Wan plays.
What is going on, everybody? How are y'all doing? We are live. No, be careful, be careful. Stop, Samuel. All right, what's up, ASAP, Bowsette, Bane? Yeah, y'all heard Brielle. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bane, Keto, Matic, what's up, bro? Tyrone, Pyro, Tony, Jacob, Mahomes, No Sag, that random dude. What's up, everybody coming into the chat? The first thing I need you to do before we get started is give the stream a big thumbs up. Like, and we will be giving away not one, but two Switch 2 consoles for two lucky subscribers. Shout out to Kaleem, shout out to Murr, two of my sponsors sponsoring these two giveaways. It's gonna be epic, it's gonna be crazy. Speaking of sponsors, if you want to join a dope gaming community, the links in the description. You could get on my Switch 2 friend list, because that Switch 2 is coming, and my current Switch friend list, and just join a dope gaming community. We be lit. We having fun. We are already crushing it with the likes. We are at 17 likes, 13 people. Give the stream a thumbs up, and let's get it over 30 likes right now. But bro, 14 more days. Let's go get it. And that ties right into the first news item we're going to be talking about. This is coming from gamerranks.com, and it says the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct is 2 weeks away. Bustin' Justin, what's up, my guy? And the subtitle says we're almost there. Let's talk about it. We got other news to talk about, but this is the first one because we are exactly 14 days away. Let's go. Waiting for certain things to arrive is one of the biggest burdens in the gaming community. Most times, it's simply waiting for a video game to come out so that they can play it, which is totally fair. However, in the case of the Switch 2, it's not simply that we're waiting for the console to arrive later this year, but the fact that we know very little about it. That will change in just 2 weeks. The gaming world will change, ladies and gentlemen. April 2nd, that's when we'll get a special Nintendo Direct breaking down the console and the games we can expect from it. 2 weeks isn't a lot of time in context, but it'll feel like an eternity due to how much people want to get their hands on the console and learn about its games. Go on the other side, bro. Because not only are we going to get information, but the hands-on events will be happening. All right. What else? What does it say? Where was I? All right. 2 weeks in. You might have noticed recently that all sorts of rumors have been going on. Lake Show with the $2 super chat. Lake Show, don't start no Metroid drama before I read this comment. Let me read what he's saying. If Metroid Prime 4, the first thing he says is Metroid Prime 4. If Metroid Prime 4 is the only launch game I'm getting, y'all, bro, If Metroid Prime 4 is the only launch game, it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic, bro. I think that's perfect for me. Have Metroid Prime 4 is my most, and I've been saying that, my most anticipated game. Yeah, he's still gonna get it. He gotta get it. He gotta be played it. He gotta be mad that the game is so good. Why is this game so good? Where's Mario Kart? But I'm enjoying Metroid Prime 4 so much. He's gonna love it. He's gonna play it, and he's gonna love it, and he's gonna be mad while he's playing it. But it doesn't matter. Hey, Metroid Prime 4 is fire. You already said you can't renege now. You already said you were buying Prime 4, bro. You said you were buying it. You can't backtrack now. Hey, but shout out to Lake Show for the $2 super chat. Somebody type Lake Show. Let me show Lake Show some love. That's my guy, bro. Lake Show. Show Lake Show some love in the chat. Somebody type his name. Shout out. All right. We're going to talk about Metroid Prime 4. You already know that's in the agenda for today's stream. Prime 4. Facts. All right, 4 more people. We're going to crush 30 likes. Strange type Lake Show. You locked in then, Lake Show. All right, here we go. Where was I? You might have noticed that recently all sorts of rumors. We got crazy rumors. DLSS, GameCube, on Nintendo Switch Online. Crazy news in this last week. All right. On what games what games won't be on it at launch. And of course, rumors about when it'll arrive at all. That's facts. We got rumors about the launch lineup. Metroid Prime 4 as the AAA game to lead the charge. I think that's the best route for Nintendo to go, honestly, bro. Just because Mario Kart is going to sell in gangbusters, bro. Y'all have to know this. That Mario Kart is going to sell like crazy. And Nintendo would be hurting themselves if Mario Kart came out before Metroid. All right. All right, go, Brielle, go. All right, Brielle's heading off to dance. All right. Needless to say, it's a bit overwhelming, which isn't anything new, as the first reveal of the system back in January was done only after numerous leaks about what the console would look like, would be called, and so on were put out. That's facts. I think those leaks pressured Nintendo. Nintendo succumbed to peer pressure. And because of the leaks, they had to spill the beans. Show enough, what's up, bro? Paid, what's up? Hey, Sheriff, I might hop on 2K one night, man, on the Switch, bro. It's been a minute. I haven't played 2K in a minute, bro. Haven't played, bro. One day. I'm gonna hit y'all up in the Discord. All right. Thankfully, things have been a bit more tame this time around, but it hasn't stopped people from guessing things about the system. There are many rumors who are making claims about Mario and both his racing title that we know is coming to the system, and the 3D platformer that we all suspect is coming to the Switch 2 at or near launch. Now, this is a game not too many people have been talking about. The 3D Mario game. All right. In a 17 game streak, that's crazy, bro. Who is he running with? He had to have been playing with good dudes. But 3D Mario, not too many people have been talking about it. This article is saying it's going to be at or near launch. What if they just because here's the thing. There's been talks about Metroid and Mario Kart. Nothing has been said about the new 3D Mario game. That could very well be a surprise Switch 2 launch title. No leaks, no rumors. That has been the most quiet game of this whole leaks Switch 2 cycle. We all know it's coming. We all know Super Mario and Nintendo's going to launch with a big 3D Mario game in the launch year. What if they surprise us and say Metroid and Mario, 3D Mario, and then Mario Kart is the holiday game? It's going to be interesting. But I tell you this, whenever Mario Kart drops, that's when the system is going to take off. All right. There have also been other guesses about various Nintendo franchises and even third-party series we could see on the presentation. That's facts. One of the most hyped third-party leak for me is the possibility of a Final Fantasy IX remake. If that happens, that would be crazy. Now, I really don't think that's going to happen, though. Just because Nintendo's not even done with the trilogy of Final Fantasy VII, right? We just got the first two of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I thought they said that they were going to do it in 3 parts. So the fact that they're going to stop production or have another team working on Final Fantasy IX, I don't know. But I would definitely be here for it. All right. Currently, we don't have any clue as to how long the presentation will be. The longer, the better. Most would likely guess that it'll be an hour, if not longer. But the Big N hasn't made that declaration yet. The bigger Nintendo Directs tend to be about 40 minutes. Nah, but this is a console launch, bro. Let me see how long. Let me see the Switch one. This her socks. Switch 2017 reveal presentation. Let me see how long that presentation was. All right. How long was that? 1 hour and 6 minutes. That was 1 hour and 6 minutes.
We're all working into
1 hour and 6 minutes. That's not bad. All right. So I think this one might be around an hour. COD on Switch 2 day one. Now I don't think it's gonna be day one, Lake Show, but I do think this holiday, whatever the next COD game is, the new COD game that's launching this fall will be on the Switch 2. That's what I think is gonna happen. So I don't think what's currently out on the market might be on the Switch 2, but definitely this holiday, I think we should get a new Call of Duty game. I think that's what's gonna happen. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I just got to do one thing. All right. It's also important to remember that there will be a tour of the system after the Direct arrives, with places all over the world getting a chance to host the Switch 2 for players to try out before the system releases. And I think that's going to be dope too. And that's like 2 days right after the presentation. The hands-on events begin. So we are, ladies and gentlemen, in the final countdown. 2 more weeks and then we're gonna get so much information. And this is what we're gonna also have to expect. A lot of third-party developers that may not even be in the presentation, they're going to start making their big AAA announcements. Let's say if Nintendo doesn't have college football or Madden from EA. I do think Madden and something EA related, football related, should be in the presentation, just because we went an entire generation with no football from EA. I think that'll make a big statement. And that's going to be needed because there's a whole other audience that plays football hardcore, bro. So, even if they're not included, they're going to come out with their own press release, their own announcement after the April 2nd Direct. That's when a lot of third-party developers will announce what they've been cooking up for the Switch 2. Speaking of cooking up, we have another one. Oh, I don't know why I didn't include this trailer, but hold on. All right, bro. This next news item, crazy stuff, and I'm interested to hear y'all thoughts. This is coming from GameRant.com. They're saying the Zelda series may not need to come out swinging on the Switch 2. Now, we all know what the big launch title was for the Switch 2. Breath of the Wild, Zelda. Game changing. One of the greatest video games ever in the history of video games. Just don't want you to hit the microphone. And the big leak this week has been that not Zelda, but it's going to be Metroid Prime 4. That's going to, is this a toy computer? Toy. That will be the big game. Now, they're saying that the Switch 2 may not even need Zelda at launch. I want to hear let's hear what they have to say. Evo Hodis, what's up, bro? Hope you're good. Here it is. The Legend of Zelda is by far one of the biggest franchises, not only in Nintendo's catalog, but in gaming as a whole. In roughly 40 years since the debut of the series on the Nintendo NES, the Legend of Zelda has more than lived up to the legend in its name across numerous games in the series. Its games have changed the very fabric of gaming and innovated in ways that are still felt across titles in numerous genres, such as action adventure. That's facts. Zelda has always been the trendsetter in gaming.
Zelda.
We're at 39 likes, 11 people. Let's get the stream over 50 likes right now. Bro, Zelda has always been game changing. When Zelda first came out on the NES, it was the first time we had an adventure game where you can just go anywhere. You could go to the dungeons in any order and just explore. You really needed a strategy guide because it was so, like, you didn't know what to do. It was just exploration. That was game changing. When the next game came out on the Super Nintendo, it really just perfected the NES formula, but that game was record breaking. Bro, when Ocarina of Time came out on the Nintendo 64, the gaming world stopped. It was revolutionary. It was just like the combat that we use today in third-person games all have been copied from Ocarina of Time. Z targeting, strafing around your opponent, all the Dark Souls game, really all third-person action games still utilize the formula from Ocarina of Time. That's how game-changing that was. Always, Zelda games have always been game-changing. And then Breath of the Wild did everything and took it to another level. You could go right to the end game boss. Don't do that. You're messing it up. You can go right to the end game boss right at the beginning of the game, right after you got off the plateau. That was game changing. And just everything was interactive. You could climb on every surface. Nothing done like that before. Now for Ocarina, facts, GTA, everyone, thank everything for Ocarina of Time, bro. Ocarina of Time was game changing. And so, such as action adventure and RPG. Excitement is filling the air around The Legend of Zelda once again, as Nintendo is currently gearing up to release its next platform, the highly anticipated Switch 2. With Zelda standing as a flagship franchise and the buzz surrounding this new console, there's certainly been no shortage of speculation regarding what fans can look forward to from the series on the Switch 2. With that said, while Nintendo is sure to bring some Zelda goodness to the new platform, that's the thing. That's what excites me about every generation of Nintendo. we're going to get all new iterations of most of, definitely Mario, Metroid, and Zelda, and so many more. All right. The publisher may not need to come out of the gate sprinting with the series at the console's launch. Interesting. All right. Zelda may not need to repeat what it did on the Switch 2's launch. Currently, many of the Zelda-related rumors on the Switch 2 center around a remaster of some kind launching on the system. That's facts. Even if with this new AI upscaling, we get Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 versions, higher resolution, better frame rate, that'll be dope. I would go back and play those games if Nintendo has achievements. They don't have achievements, been there, done that, already beat them. I would still play them and turn it on just to see how it looks with the higher resolution. But those games are massive, bro. I want to play all new games on my Switch 2. But those are remakes. If they come out with remasters, Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past, or any remaster where they, from the ground up, redo the polygons, the visual assets of the game, day one, easy buy. Any Zelda game, don't matter what it is. Even Majora's Mask, the game that I hate, that I don't hate, that I like the least. That I like the least of all the Zelda games. I'd still do it. All right. Remakes, remasters being re-released of Zelda Wind Waker HD and Zelda Twilight Princess HD. I would take both of those games remade. I would take those. Two titles that were speculated on heavily during the original Switch's lifespan. Even if the new releases is either of those games, it's not unlikely. No. It's not unlikely for Zelda's Switch 2 debut to be re-releases of some kind that serves as a holdover for a larger game. That's facts. Because we know Nintendo's going to give us an all-new Zelda game. That's going to happen. But if we get a remake in the meantime to tide us over, I think that's dope. It's too soon for a all-new game. What are you trying to do? Oh, click on skip ahead. It's too early for a new Zelda game. We just got Tears of the Kingdom. And if we want a proper game that's greatly developed, it's going to take at least 4 or 5 years for a Zelda game. And I think 2 games on the same engine is good. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I want an all-new art style with this new Zelda game, which is going to take time. So I'm patient. All right. 46 likes, 4 people. 4 people give the stream a thumbs up. Let's crush 50 likes right now. All right. They point to also that Zelda has just gotten several new games. Facts. Just think about it. On the Switch 2, we got 4 new Zelda games on one system. Bro, when we look back, the Switch is going to be probably the greatest console of all time. Bro, we got Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Link's Awakening, which is a remake. I count remakes because they put in work to make that game look beautiful. One of the best looking games on the Switch. And most recently, Echoes of Wisdom. 4 games. All great, fantastic games. What other Nintendo system can say that, bro?
I mean, technically Breath of the Wild was also the Wii U.
Yeah, it was on the Wii U.
It was like the Wii games.
Yeah, but those were, the Wii U got Breath of the Wild and then 2 remasters, just upscaled in HD. So the Switch really did their thing. Nintendo did their thing on the Switch. The Switch 2 may not launch with a wholly new Zelda game, largely because gamers have just gotten new Zelda titles in both the bigger and smaller styles. Last year saw the release of the smaller scale Echoes of Wisdom, and the year prior saw the much anticipated Tears of the Kingdom. Fans of Zelda have just gotten 2 mainline Zelda games over the last 2 years. That's facts. So it may not be time to start expecting the next groundbreaking Zelda title to be ready by the launch of the Switch 2. Yeah, that's going to be too soon, bro. And I like what Nintendo did with the Switch. AAA 3D, AAA 2D, top-down Zelda. And if they just continue to alternate between the two, I think that's going to be dope. All right. The Switch 2 may also not need a new Zelda game right off the bat, especially because the system will be backwards. They're giving good reasons why Zelda is not needed at launch. The system will be backwards compatible with current gen Switch games right out the box. That means, unlike Nintendo's previous system, which offered no backwards compatibility, that's right, going from the Wii U to the Wii, for the Switch, from the Wii U to the Switch, from the Wii to the Wii U, there was backwards compatibility. From the Wii U to the Switch, no native backwards compatibility. The Switch 2 will have a wide variety of Zelda titles already playable from jump, which with such a vast catalog of Zelda games playable as soon as the Switch 2 releases, Nintendo will have more time to let fans catch up while it crafts the next major game. Bro, Nintendo, this is why you need achievements, Nintendo. If Nintendo comes out with achievements, I will go back and play through every Zelda game. Every Zelda game. And that's a fact, Jack. Mario will likely fill the void for Zelda at the Switch 2's launch. This is interesting. Mario? It should also be said that Nintendo will have another one of its mascots carrying the weight of the Switch 2 at launch, Mario. The publisher has already announced the next Mario Kart game, which can be reasonably expected to launch alongside the Switch 2. But there's been heavy speculation that the next 3D Mario title will also be released sometime within the Switch's launch window. Thus, Zelda can comfortably take a step back to cook while Mario shoulders the load at the launch of the Switch. This is interesting. They're having a lot high expectations for a 3D Mario game. And not out the realm of possibility. Just because we're all just saying, oh, Mario Holiday. Bro, we could get a 3D Mario game at launch. I just thought about something. Knowing that the Switch 2 could cost $500, which is what we're going to talk about later. If it costs $500, what if Nintendo includes 3D Mario bundled with the system for free? I know a lot of people are like, ain't no way Nintendo's going to do that. That used to be Nintendo's MO. For their first two consoles, Mario, for the NES, at launch the NES didn't come with it, but then they later packed it in for free. Super Mario Brothers. The Super Nintendo came with Mario World for free, but that's the last time they did it. Mario 64, I had to buy it separate. GameCube Sunshine, had to buy it separate later. They stopped doing that. But that could make that $500 price point a lot sweeter to take in. Mario and Metroid ASAP. That would be crazy. Because here's the thing. Yeah. Nintendo has been tight-lipped when it comes to Mario. They haven't said a thing about Mario at launch. Or Mario in general. So that could be the big surprise. It is going to be a big surprise because we're going to see it for the first time. I'm expecting the game to look epic because Mario Odyssey still looks good even right now. But to see when this is going to launch. Now here's my thing. If Mario's not at launch, I'm still going to be good because Prime 4 is the game I want to play. But once I know once I see that Mario, I'm going to be like, man, I want to play that Mario 2, bro. Hey, shout out to everybody. We're at 50 likes exactly. Appreciate y'all giving the stream a thumbs up, bruh. All right. Without question, Nintendo will bring The Legend of Zelda to the Switch 2, as the publisher will certainly not let one of its flagship IPs go underutilized. Now, there's certain IPs we know will be on the system. There's IPs that have been neglected, Punch-Out, F-Zero, Star Fox, those have been neglected by Nintendo. But Zelda is going to get love on the Switch 2. That's a given, bro. All right. Be that as it may, the early parts of the system's life will probably see the publisher sticking to re-releases to hold fans over while the next major title cooks. Once the new game is ready to go, though, it will no doubt continue to put legend in The Legend of Zelda. And that's facts. I think we're going to get a remake or a remaster to hold us over. Remake. We need at least one remake before a new one comes out. That's what I would say. Because remasters of Wind Waker, etc., those are going to be easy to do. No problem. But if we get a remake Zelda game, we'll be good. And one thing that I'm having zero expectation for is Zelda at launch. A new Zelda game at launch. A remake, I hope so. I hope we get one. Now, Nintendo could tease us during this presentation. Here's a sneak or tease at the new Zelda game. And could just give us like the theme, the world, just a quick tease. They can do that just to get the hype going. I think that'll be dope. All right. The next, a paid, long overdue, bro. Ocarina of Time needs a complete remake. Facts. Bro, this next article is coming from MSN.com. Nintendo Switch 2 launch will survive a $400 plus price point, but its long-term success might not. It's going to be interesting. Now, if the Switch 2 launches, let's say 500, I don't know if it could stay at 500 its entire cycle. 500 and then do what Nintendo usually does, come out with a cheaper version halfway or sometime during it. This last generation has been so strange to where there hasn't been any price drops this generation. If it wasn't for the Switch, this would be the worst console generation in gaming. Switch saved gaming this generation, bro. PlayStation and Xbox have been lackluster. For me, Xbox has been lackluster this entire generation. PlayStation was dope at launch. I like the launch lineup for a PlayStation. But after the launch, few months, I don't know what Sony was doing. All right. Nintendo is prepping for the debut of the Switch 2, and it's set to be an exciting release. After years of rumors, an official reveal and the promise of more details in April could hardly be more welcome. Despite what appears to be an early success for the Switch 2, the scale of its long-term success is more complicated and one of the most important factors in determining its future for pricing. That's fact. The original Switch has been a massive success, and that's saying it lightly. Let's see what VG, and VG Charts is the most accurate, but let's see what they have the current Switch at. Current Switch right now they have at, oh, they're way off. They don't even have it. Nintendo already said it's 152. So they still have it at 149 million. I think they just stopped tracking. People don't pay attention to them anymore. All right. The original Switch has been a massive success, thanks in no small part to how its affordability helped it find a place in homes worldwide. That's fact. We got a great console for only $300. $300 made it a sweet deal. That's why the price is going to be so important for Nintendo. What's up to everybody coming into the stream? We're at 55 likes. 5 people give the stream a thumbs up. Let's crush 60 likes. As Nintendo moves forward with its next console, one significant change stands out: price. A $400 or more price tag makes sense in today's gaming economy. That's right. So, Sony just launched a $700 PS5 Pro. I don't think it's selling too well, but it's launched a $700 system. PC graphics cards run for $2,000, bro. The cutting edge ones. And so, even though neither of those two, I think, appeal to a mass market, and Nintendo is trying to appeal to a mass market. All right. Still, it could also present challenges in attracting as many people as the original Switch did. That's facts. That's going to be a challenge for Nintendo. The Switch 2 will certainly stand out at launch, but the real question is whether it will stay at the top of the industry over time. Now, two things, and one is more important than the other: games and the price. Features a distant third. We still want cool features for our system, but nobody's like, oh man, that Zelda looks amazing. Mario Kart looks fantastic. But the Switch 2 don't have any themes. I'm not buying the Switch 2 because it doesn't have themes. Nobody in their ever in video game history has ever said that. Games will move the system. The price will also move the system. Features are just an added bonus. All right. A $400 or more price tag makes sense in today's gaming economy, especially when inflation and higher production costs are factored in. Still, it could also present challenges in attracting as many people as the original Switch did. All right. So, let's keep it going. One thing is for sure, Nintendo knows how to make a splash with the new console launch. The original Switch shattered expectation when it debuted in 2017, and history will likely repeat itself with the launch of its successor, according to Bloomberg, which reports expectations of record-breaking sales at a $400 plus price point. I have to say this, I'm not as confident as Bloomberg. I think if Nintendo prices it at $500 or away from a $400 ballpark, I think the sales are going to still do good, but I don't know if it's going to be Switch 1 level, bro. It has to have a good price point to have a good attach rate at launch, in my opinion. Nintendo will likely sell plenty of units right away. I know I will be one of the first in line to secure my own Nintendo Switch 2. I will too. I am a huge fan of both Pokemon and Zelda games. Yeah, Pokemon first year is going to go crazy. The Switch 2 will undoubtedly bring Nintendo success, at least in the short run. However, that doesn't guarantee that it will follow the Switch's path to massive long-term. They're talking about long-term success of the system. A big reason for this early success is Nintendo's loyal fan base. Yeah, the fans are going to pick it up day one at launch. While other companies focus on high-end hardware, Nintendo's known for creating fun, accessible gaming experience. That's right. We buy Nintendo games to have fun. People buy a Nintendo console because of the unique gameplay, iconic exclusives, and family-friendly vibe that other consoles can't quite match. Nintendo has essentially dominated the portable and handheld gaming scene for years, building a legacy in advance of the Switch that even the Wii U struggle didn't destroy. Speaking of its iconic exclusive, if Nintendo launches with some great games such as Pokemon ZA, Zelda, Animal Crossing, I think Zelda Animal Crossing not going to come in the first year. The Switch 2 could sell out even faster than its predecessor. Also, the fact that the Switch 2 will support backwards compatibility means that players can trade in their original Switch and still enjoy the same library of games. this is a factor not a lot of people have talked about. Yes, the Switch 2 might cost $500, but you know what? What a lot of gamers are gonna do? They're gonna trade in their current Switch, knowing I'll still be able to play all my Switch 1 games on my Switch 2. So I just thought about this. That might put Nintendo more at ease in pricing the system at $500. Because at the end of the day, GameStop will probably get your Switch 1 for $150, and most people are going to end up paying $350 for their Switch 2s. Because it'll probably be a $150 trade in for your current Switch, and GameStop will resell those Switches for at least $200 and sell you a Switch 2 for $350 with your Switch 1. They're gonna have trade-in specials at launch. Trade in your Switch 1 console and get a Switch 2 for $350. That's what they're gonna. Or they might be greedy and say $100 for your Switch consoles and get a Switch 2 at $400. That's probably what they're gonna do. All right. Short-term success does not guarantee long-term success, says the article. And that's facts. Because there, I think of the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast had an amazing launch. Broke records, like the best-selling console at launch. But then the sales just dried up for the Dreamcast. So a great launch doesn't always guarantee lifetime success. Nintendo has to have a consistent stream of games throughout the span of the system. That's why I said just Metroid at launch. Pace out your releases, then Mario Kart a month later. Don't just do everything all at launch. Oh, crazy launch. And then months later, your console is struggling. You need to have consistent rollout of games. And I think Nintendo's going to do that. They learned their lesson. The best thing Nintendo could have done was this hybrid design. Merge your home console and your handheld divisions. That way, all of their developers are focusing on just one system, and it's paid off in dividends for Nintendo. All right. Now, it also says replicating the Switch's success is an uphill battle. Now, this is going to be relative. There's going to be comparisons. In month 3, this is what the Switch 1 did. This is what the Switch 2 is doing. In year 1, this is what the Switch 1 did. This is what the Switch 2 is doing. Just because the Switch 2 may not surpass the Switch 1 sales doesn't mean it's not going to be a successful console. In my opinion, I think it's going to be, part of me is it's going to have better games than the Switch 2 overall. I think so. Even though Switch 1 games were crazy. Part of me is I'm hesitant to flat out say it's going to be just sell better than the Switch 1. One thing is a lot of people already have a Switch 1. So Nintendo is really going to be competing with themselves in many fronts. Do I think the Switch 2 is going to be a successful console? Easily. No doubt. I'm hoping it breaks Switch 1 records, becomes the best-selling console of all time. But time will tell. Time will tell. But expect those Switch 1 comparisons from the jump. So I found this article to be interesting, that they're saying that a $400 price point, plus if Nintendo ships the system over $400, it's going to do well at launch, but may struggle in the long term. I don't think it's going to struggle in the long term, even at $500 games. At the end of the day, if Nintendo has a consistent stream of games, I think the system is going to do just fine. And the only other news item that I had, and this sort of ties in what we talked about before, just short. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is expected to be at the Switch 2 Direct. This adds to what we talked about yesterday. The same source, but they're saying that they are 90% certain Prime 4 will show up at the Switch 2 Direct. Now, I'm hoping there's going to be a Switch 2 version of this game. And Nintendo highlights the improvements. Just briefly talk about how the Switch 2 version looks better than the Switch 1 version. Now, just because this is Retro Studio, both versions are going to look good. Retro Studios are gaming wizards, bro. Both versions are going to look good, but I'm hoping Nintendo highlights how the Switch 2 version looks better and gives further incentive to pick up their brand new console, bro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are all the news items I had for today. What do you guys think about everything we talked about? Sound off in the comment section below. I want to know. But before you go, bro, click that subscribe button. Stay up to date. All things Nintendo. We out. Peace. We out, man. Outro. My intro sometimes.
Reggie Fils-Aimé!
Obi-Wan plays.
That's right. What's up? All right.
Obi-Wan plays.